Travis is back and rumoured a bunch of different sneakers that you should be looking forward to.
Welcome everyone, it's KaiKicks here, and in today's video we're going to cover all of the upcoming Travis Scott releases for this year and even some going into next year. Now, back when the Travis Scott golf shoe release, he said there's going to be no more Jordan 1 lows, and that is very, very wrong, because we have 10 different Travis Scotts to get into in today's video. Without further ado, drop a like, comment on today's video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into these Travis Scotts releasing. First up, let's get into the Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows. Now, if you don't know, these retail for £140, and all of these will resell with massive margins to be made. The Canary Yellows, which is arguably the worst ever colorway that Travis Scott has released, recently did release, and they're still going for over £300 in most sizes.
Sweating I am. Hot.
First up, we have the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Dark Pony. Now, this is not the best of colorways to start off with. However, these should be dropping sometime this year. With a retail of £140, I expect this to perform similar to the Canaries, around the £300 mark, and not much stock to be produced.
Get that fan on.
Next up, we have the Travis Scott Jordan Low Velvets. Now, this is a very clean looking colorway, one of my personal favorites. I just think these colors go really well together, especially for a Travis Scott. Again, retailing for £140, I expect this to perform better than most other Travis Scotts, around the £350+ mark. We've seen official images of this sneaker and also some people having it in hand, so there's a high indication they should be dropping this year, but if not, should be dropping early next year. Next up, we have two variations of the Travis Scott olives. Yes, Travis Scott must love his olives, because we've already seen the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low olive, and now we have the medium olive and also the dark olive colorway. Now, the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low previous olive colorway, when this released, it wasn't actually too high in demand, selling for around £300 to £350. However, this sneaker sparked up over in demand, especially the last couple months, and now it's really hard to find a new pair in your size for a reasonable price. These are pushing £400, £500, and some people are even selling them for £550 like online stores. So this olive colorway is definitely a very, very good potential colorway to go for. This is the dark and medium olive, especially good for a hold if you're interested in this. I do believe this sneaker will go up over in time, however, will also still sit above the £350 mark just after release. Next up and final Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low we have is the Pale Vanilla. Now, this is basically just the Travis Scott golf shoe, but in a normal Jordan 1 Low model. The golf shoe performed incredibly well, but I think this was more down to the low stock that was produced. Some of these pairs are going for £700 to £1,000 of this golf shoe, and don't get me wrong, it's a very, very clean looking colorway. However, I don't expect the Pale Vanilla to push anywhere near £800. The only reason the golf shoe did so well was because it was very, very limited and a load of celebrities was wearing them. The Pale Vanilla, we do not have any dates for just yet, guys. However, again, we've seen official images of them, and we've seen the golf shoe previously released. It's almost for certain that this shoe should release in the next 6 months. Again, this will be a retail for £140. I expect this one to sit around the £350 to £400 mark, with your bigger sizes performing best size 10 to 12. Now, before we do get into the Jumpman jacks and other models that we'll be releasing, if you want all of the information about these Travis Scott, such as the release dates, what raffles to enter, how to cop these, and all the guidance you need to cop this sneaker, then I suggest joining my group KaiKicks Apprentice. We currently have a 7-day free trial, and we teach hundreds of different members to do the exact same thing: how to cop, where to buy, any one-on-one help if you want to start botting. We cover it all within KaiKicks Apprentice with only 5-star reviews. So your 7-day free trial, claim it before it is too late so you can cop them Travis Scott releases, because our previous success from members speaks for itself. We have had no problems copying multiple pairs of Travis Scott, so we're here to help you secure your personal pair or make a bit of money if you wanted to. Now let's move on to the Jumpman jacks. However, the sale colorway, also known as, some people call it the reverse mocha colorway for this Jumpman jack, performed incredibly well, with some sizes pushing £600 and minimum sizes still hitting £300 to £400, leaving you a great margin to make some money on. Now, they released for £180, so really good profit to be made. But let's get into the rumored releases that are coming up onto the Jumpman jack Travis Scotts. First up, one that I believe will perform really, really well, and this is the mocha black colorway. Travis Scott loves his earth tones, loves the dark, low-key colors, and this is just a Travis Scott sneaker all the way round. I can see this performing not quite as well as the Sail Reverse mocha colorway. However, I can still see this pushing £300 to £400 at least in most sizes, like your sizes 8 to 12. There's been incredibly low stock of the hype Jumpman jacks that have been released. If it's a good colorway, we probably won't see more than 10,000 pairs loaded up onto the sneakers app for the UK, which really is not much considering sneakers gets millions of entries sometimes in one release. But a great shoe to go for. Unfortunately, we do not have a release date yet, but there's confirmed photos, so these will be releasing for sure in the next 6 months time. Moving on to a similar colorway, and this is the Taupe Haze colorway, and this color may ring some bells because this is the Jordan 4 Taupe Haze, but these never released in a Travis Scott colorway. But Taupe Haze Jordan 4s, this is just a Nike normal sneaker, but this is the colorway that is now coming to the Travis Scott Jumpman jacks. I can see him using the same sort of materials as this Jordan 4 that you're seeing on screen, just because it is Nike producing them, and this is also the same colorway as this. But what I would say is when this Jordan 4 first released, when we saw photos of it, it really didn't look the nicest. However, when we got in hand, that was when everyone turned an eye because it was very, very clean. And this is the exact same for the Jumpman jacks. These photos do not look good and do not do this sneaker justice. However, I can expect in hand for this material to be quite a nice dark suede brown material, really bringing out the new Jumpman jack innovations like the strap and the small details on the back tab and loads of other different stuff that I believe this Taupe Haze colorway will be one of the best to release. With that being said, people won't know what it looks like in hand until people get it in hand, so I expect this to perform a little bit less than the Taupe Haze colorway. Not the Taupe Haze, the mocha black colorway. However, I do expect this to actually perform better over time. As time goes on, people understand how nice this Taupe Haze colorway if Nike do it correctly. Moving on, we have the off-white yellow colorway. Now, this is quite a funky one for you all. I'm personally not a big fan of it. However, I can see why some people would. I believe this will cater for more women, so maybe your sizes 4 to 6 will perform better in this shoe, just because I feel like they can probably rock it a lot better than us men can. Again, no release date on these, but they should be retailing for around the £180 mark. I expect resale to sit around the £250 to £300 mark. I expect this to perform reasonably the same as the grey and black colorway. I don't think there'll be too much hype behind this shoe, but Travis Scott does love his yellow. He just released the Canaries, which are all yellow, blue and white. Now this off-white yellow is definitely something different, which I'm here to see. For as a sneakerhead, we don't see many out there colors anymore, especially of hype shoes, so I am here for it. So that's all of the Jumpman jacks rumored to release. Now let's get on to a new model that Travis Scott has already shown wearing in public, and this is the new Travis Scott Sharkadons. Now this is a completely new model. Forget the Jumpman jacks, forget the Jordan 1 lows. This is Travis Scott's own model and design. Obviously it is Nike doing it with him, so you can expect some similar Nike features and technology that they use for this comfort. But let me just talk about this model for a start before we get into the rumored colorways. The sole of this sneaker almost looks like a basketball shoe or something for comfort. It is completely different to a flat bottom Jordan 1 and completely different to the Taupe Haze small midsole they do provide. Looks like this sneaker is going to be very comfortable, but it also provides hints of the Jumpman jack with the strap going across the sneaker. Now with this new model does mean there's a load of different colorways that are rumored to drop. However, we do have one confirmed that will be releasing hopefully within the next 3 months, and this is the Sail White colorway. Quite a nice plain basic colorway to start off this whole new model, so I believe it will do very, very well. Now what everyone is talking about with this sneaker is the fact that it is the most affordable Travis Scott sneaker he has ever released. There is credible sources saying that this Travis Scott Sharkadon will only be retailing for £130. Now if this is true, this is a game changer for Travis Scott sneakers, because not everyone can afford to pay £170, £180 for the Jumpman jacks, and now you'll be able to get your hands on some Sharkadons which are just as nice as the Jumpman jacks, but only £130 this time. This Sail White colorway is very clean, but you can also expect if this one does do well that he will reproduce all of his colorways like the olives, the reverse mochas, medium olives, mochas, loads of this sort of stuff will come to this Sharkadon model, and I do not doubt that. Now guys, we're on the way to 13,000 subscribers subscribers, so all your support is appreciated. If you want all the information about these sneakers and how to start reselling yourself, then join KaiKicks Apprentice today. 7-day free trial. Join now before it's too late. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.